really get behind.
Yeah, we did have to ask him this morning, literally before we got to the event, but it does seem as though we are live into the game, ladies and gents, and it was MVP.karnal to pick up on that CT side. Chiefs on the T side, and I don't know what to expect coming to this one. You know, my eyes are going to be towards the likes of Kays and, you know, people like that. He's had a very illustrious start, but already MVP.karnal doing rather well, taking down Top Gun.
Yeah, getting that first pick and now just falling safely into the site. So they have control now. They have a man up. They don't need to risk anything else. So now it's all on Chiefs to find something, and they're a little bit spread out across the map. They have managed to gain apartment controls, but with just 2 players there, how aggressive are they really going to be?
You're going to find out rather soon. Burnt testing the waters over by B, yet to really find much of it, but Kay's the player that actually I'm keeping my eyes towards, sitting up on the balcony. He's already got a little bit of information. The Chiefs are playing towards this, and MVP.karnal locking this one down like absolute champs. Very cautiously playing it. Lovely pacing from Kays then. Just peeking out and finding Dexter. But Burn has been pestering this B side. It might be their last option here.
Yeah, it is. It's their only option with everyone else falling, and MVP still barely any damage taken. They're just crushing this attack all across the board. Running through smoke is Lightstep, but what can he really realistically do? He does have the bomb, but now he's just trapped. So MVP have played this perfectly. They get the advantage, they fall back, don't give anything away, and just obliterate the attack from there.
Yeah, now Lightstep has at least found one, otherwise it'd been the clean pistol round from the CT side. Not exactly how you want to start it, but I doubt he can get much more. Bomb to hand, I guess, is something, but he is surrounded. Everyone knows where he is, and this should be pretty much all but done. Flash does come out, doesn't really catch anyone. And it should be all but over if someone actually would like to land a shot.
Yeah, it's actually incredible that he's alive.
They've actually had to use the molly and okay, there we go. Kays finally takes him down, but
beautiful.
That was a long time in the making.
Yeah, well, they were playing it. Well, that was the thing, too. They just played it so safe. I mean, there's really no risk no matter what route they decided to take, but just played it really, really safe. Eventually do get that kill. And that was a little bit, I mean, this is something we might see out of the Chiefs because they lost that first player, and it just seemed like they didn't really have much of a plan from there with 2 players in the halls, away from the bomb, the team not grouped up. And this is what we talked about. The analyst has mentioned, I mean, with 2 stand-ins, they are going to have a pretty loose style, and at times they might look a little bit disorganized like that.
Yeah, I can't agree more, and it looks like we're going to see an all-in B rush pretty much, and the flashes actually do catch him out a little bit here, but that P90 could be put some really good work, but the flashes are pretty spot on from Chiefs, and they do take over the site. Great work from Top Gun and Lightstep. Site under control. One player's relatively close by, but that's bombed down, and they've got every member alive.
And now they're just going to try and swarm towards construction. ACAP's there, manning it down. He gets that first kill, just reloading, but the main attack is coming from the flank. 2 players for MVP coming in Banana. They're going to be the next prong of this retake attack.
Still got 2 smokes, still got 2 flashes, and they've got a kill to boot now. This is starting to work in their favor. Lightstep did at least get a P90, but he can use none of what it could bring. The burn on the rotate gets shut down, and the defuse is going to come out. So MVP lost the site, but the retake came in.
That is a round that Chiefs are going to be heartbroken to lose. I mean, they're going to say, good round, we get the plant, we get 2 kills, we force some rebuys, but they took it over flawlessly with 2 clean kills, and that was the thing. This time they group up, they don't try and do anything fancy, and actually the MVP players in that bomb site get a little bit caught off guard with how aggressive that B hit was.
To be fair, when I watched MVP last time around, a little bit of a different, I guess, placing. Kays was kind of more towards the B side. Zeva was playing towards CT Arch, and you know, they've kind of moved things around, it seems, maybe just trying out something new into this one, and Chiefs obviously with very little to work with coming into this after they did buy up in that second round just a touch, and hopefully for MVP.karnal they can at least keep this one clean, but Kay's already taken a little bit of damage there, but nothing too much to write home about, still has the AWP relatively safe.
Yeah, with that plant, not too much of an investment whatsoever from Chiefs. Lightstep does have a smoke and a flash, so he's still down by T ramp. So this looks like later on, they're just waiting right now to see any kind of push. If they can get any kind of aggression, they can punish. But this is going to be a B hit, because it's very easy with 1 smoke, just smoke off CT spawn, try and go for some kills. But they have been spotted out now.
Yeah, and still got those 2 flashes as well. These should hold them back at the very least by a little bit of time if they do want to get that rotate coming in from ACAP, who is by CT Arch. But Dexter is going to be trying to keep him busy, and actually the Chiefs are walking away a touch here, just moving a little bit further out and still utilizing all the time they have.
Yeah, it should be pretty obvious what's coming now. With that smoke out, they see no action on the other side of the map. Dexter falls to Kays, so now they, I mean, MVP should know that this is going to be a B hit because there's no noise being made, and there's the smoke. Now the hit comes in.
Pretty late on the rotate, though. ACAP didn't move a muscle, and finally we're going to start seeing them push round, and it does seem as though it's been met with absolute force as Lightstep is your last man alive.
And he's just going to try and wrap around. Nothing coming. They only get 1 kill, but Nice hold from MVP. One thing that is interesting to note there is that they held onto their smokes at that B bomb site they were pretty confident. It was just an anti-eco, so they know they're going up against only pistols, but we'll have to see into the gun round if they're going to feel that very same confidence to take aim battles, to take those fights if they come and just hold onto those smokes as long as possible. You know, how poised are they going to be when they're feeling pressure on that B bomb site?
All right, K's with the AWP now. Coming up against pretty much fully bought up Chiefs, so I'm hoping we get to see a little bit more from them as Top Gun and the boys do start taking over. But K's already going to find Lightstep. It's going to be a bit of a dreadful start. And for the Chiefs, these guys, ooh, good little swing out from Burn there.
Yeah, that's a really good find, especially after Kaze gets that pick. And that was a set smoke because they boosted over it, but now look at the pressure from Burn. He's coming in. He's going to try and find this kill, and he catches an MVP player out in the open, but he can't find it. It's just a P90. It's a hard duel to take at this range. So Zever's just trying to bait him in. Nicely done, but he does eventually fall. But he's bought his team time because the bomb isn't even here yet.
Yeah, actually, ACAP is pretty close by. Burn's gone down, and surely they're going to realize that, hey, the bomb's not across. They've re-smoked it. Okay, we got some time here, but... oh my god, ACAP's on another. How the hell did he get away with that? We're down to a 2v2 now. Zuzi's still there. He's the one with the bomb at the moment. Going down, planting relatively safely. And Top Gun holding off. Now, MVP needs to play retake. They've been pretty proficient at it so far. They've still got a little bit to work with. But that AWP with K's is going to be pretty made to work pretty darn hard at this point. Top Gun turns the flash, spots out one going in towards that barbecue pit there. And I believe that is K's with the AWP. And gotta be careful here, Top Gun. He does get picked up, and now 1v2. This could be big from Zuzi, and he gets it. Chiefs just about claiming that one.
Yeah, Zuzi with a really nice play to salvage that. Actually, Top Gun was very aggressive. It gets caught out in the open by that AWP. Still challenging for that a very small headshot angle, but that's the thing. That was a very good by Zever. Buying all that time, that's what allowed ACAP to get over there and find those 2 kills and bring that into as close as it was, because otherwise that could have been just a disaster for MVP. So either way, they brought it down low, but they're not going to buy into this round. They've been punished economically, so now just the P250s on their side. And actually, they're going to be aggressive. Look at this nade stack. Nades come down mid, so do the Molotovs. The Chiefs don't get caught off by it. It's just Burn. He's all alone. That spin, he gets one more kill, but he eventually falls.
Yeah, 2 of them splitting towards second mid, then just kind of cut him off at the at the shins at this point. There's just one man's left standing, and he is just by Boiler. Flash comes out, fully white, and Chiefs deal with the threat pretty well. Losing out on 1, it was Burn, but still he picked up 2, so not the end of the world for him, and certainly good kind of build back for Chiefs, because they're the guys who are going to have pressure into this. If you're being realistic here, they're the ones coming in with this with some sort of reputation, a scene that's certainly pretty well established in comparison to, let's say, MVPs, so they're the ones with pretty much all of it on their shoulders. But now the full buy-up kind of from both teams going to come out, both having AWPs now. This is a very important round.
Yeah, I like that decision by MVP to save in that past round. I mean, knowing it's still very early on in this half on the CT side, keep your economy strong. Don't do anything to punish yourselves. They don't even invest into the armor, and now they have a strong buy. So Chiefs quickly just probe at Banana, force back any kind of pressure, any kind of peak that MVP had. So now they feel they have control, but there's a nice pick from K's, that AWP being very mobile. This time it's in halls, and Zuzi gets punished.
This is what I was looking for from this player. He was a massive component to this side previously, and again he's gonna be challenged, but Top Gun, the veteran himself, coming up big, takes him down, opens up quad, and now the players in pit and side are gonna have to start pretty much flexing back towards this, but actually T-side slowing things down and resetting on this one.
Very, very good movement by ACAP to come just assist his teammate when that player falls. He fills in the gaps and he forces back the pressure. So Chiefs now have to fall all the way back towards B. 3 members here, 1 lurker up mid. That's going to be Dexter. He's hiding behind a smoke, waiting for his B players to exert some pressure. They haven't decided quite yet, but here they come. Now CT's smoked off.
Yeah, Eamon actually rotated super early, to be fair, from MVP, already getting over to this, but Zeva's taken down Burn. Now, Burn was instrumental last time in breaking open this site. One player swiftly making his way through the smoke was Top Gun, but gets put aside. ACAP is there, and now it's around the back, just gets mowed down. This opens up options for Chiefs.
Yeah, the A bomb site is wide open. ACAP's going to get back in time, but he's not going to be able to stop the plant. That's going to be a very difficult shot. He's actually going to commit into the bomb site. They don't even have the guns out, but he gets punished anyways. Dexter with the recovery. Now he's in pit with the AWP, and what a strong position this is, and just barely misses that one.
Yeah, now though in a 1v2, he needs to start landing these. Now, CT side moving in, Dexter gets one. He's going to spot out the second. He doesn't have the shot. He needs to hit this. Oh! Lovely little closer from Dexter in the end. And to be fair, the more important fact about that round, to me at least, was the way the Chiefs didn't just straight up commit to these sides. They actually rotated so many times off the back of what actually became available.
Yeah, they found nothing at that B site that they could really could really do anything with. All their entry fraggers fell. They died. They weren't very coordinated. One ran through smoke and was punished. They had to go back towards that A site, and it was that one flanker from MVP who pushed down mid. I believe, I forget who that was, but he got punished. I mean, he has to get a kill there. For him to fall in that section, that point in the round was detrimental.
So, CT side, P250s. Pretty much all they're going to be working with in this one, and P90 out for Zuzi as well, looking like he wants to make absolutely everything he can out of this, and why not punish them? He knows they're going to have limited armor, if any. And actually a bit of a dink comes out and Burn. Are you okay, buddy? Top Gun just falls, and that's one way to welcome someone to your team, I guess. Now, MVP.karnal can't recover that weapon, but still, that's pretty decent coming into this one if they can find anything else.
Yeah, well, that Molotov they just threw, they should have just done that originally. They do find the kills. It's an easy situation to recover from against these pistols, but could have been much more dangerous. That's a nice shot from ACAP. Very smooth with the P250. But 4 rounds now for Chiefs. I believe that's actually 4 in a row. So they've got really good control of this map so far. But we're going to have another buy out of MVP, and this time K's can have the MVP if he wants to go glass cannon, but he might decide to go to the M4. Nope, he is going to go glass cannon. So he's got the op and a smoke to work with. And we might want to look for that smoke again towards middle, because that was a set smoke to boost over. That would be very interesting if they pulled that out again.
Keep our eyes towards it. 3-man stack towards B this time from MVP.karnal, and actually great work again from Burn. This guy's opening kills have been pretty consistent, to be fair, especially on this B side. He does trade out in the end, but the T side have already got that second mid. Sort of control building up here. Zuzi, Top Gun, Dexter, all looking for it. That AWP is still in play, though. And a hell of a lot of utility still kept with the MVP side.
Yeah, but now look at this. Just going to bully their way up mid. Smokes out to the left side. They've got that blocked off. They're going to put some pressure on lane. Now that there's bracket control, it's what's the response from MVP? How are they going to rotate from here? They have the op over towards the bomb site on K's. He's going to smoke off halls. This can allow him to get aggressive in lane if he wants to, and it's going to be perfect timing, but he misses the shot. Zuzi takes him out. Now it's all on his adder inside the bomb site.
He's going to have to go pretty darn big here, to be fair. And actually, that's a great start for it. Zuzi gets taken down. Lovely little crossfire piece coming into play. Eamon's there. Stunning work between the two of them. Even though they lost out on the AWP, K's fell. They created such a beautiful crossfire in such little time. You've got to say, that's pretty impressive, to be fair. Yeah,
that's a couple rounds now. MVP, that swing player in the A bomb site, has come over from small pit watching rap side to bail out his teammate in the site or in the pit, being very, very mobile in that spot to respond to the kind of attack they're seeing. So 4-4 now, a crucial round to win for them as well, because they could have built up some money off that one. They had 3 members survive, so it doesn't, they still have a stronger buy now with all the utility they're able to purchase.
It looks pretty aggressive from Chiefs. I'm wondering if they go straight for this. They do have the Tech 9s out to play the Deagles as well. And actually, Eamon's being pressured completely blind. Gets taken down by Top Gun. That is a very quick and easy entry kill. And MVP.karnal just didn't seem to be expecting this.
That's the second time these fast, heavily aggressive B hits are throwing MVP off guard. Those B players are getting caught out by these flashbangs. Couldn't make it back into cover in time, and they get punished once again. So that's something that Chiefs might catch on to. If they take this B site very fast-paced, very aggressively, they're finding some success with that.
To be fair, Burn, top fragging so far, pretty much for the T side by quite some margin. And you can see why. His success towards this B side has been outstanding, whether it's 1 or 2 kills. Actually, we might see a bit of a deny on a carry over there for Dexter. So not all over and done with, but the vast majority of this round is going to be closed out. Chiefs then showing you what pretty much they've been working with every time they've been picking up these rounds. If it's a full buy with MVP, it's pretty hard to crack down towards that A side, but their aggression, their opening kills, they're trading out on the B side is generally pretty good for Chiefs. So I wonder if this could be a switch up, though, from MVP.karnal as to how they play this B side at some point.
They might want to buy here with an op and an M4 already. They can get one on ACAP, and they can just buy out pistols on the other 2 players. But they're not. They're going to play it safe, so they do just keep 3 pistols. ACAP spot up some utility. But yeah, this is the thing with Chiefs, too, is Burn on these entries is being fantastic. He's a little over a month into his tenure on the squad, and right now fitting in very, very nicely, helping them open up these sites. So K's, this is that op shot. He's going to have a lot of work to do, but he gets smoked out. One of the 2 guns, him and his adder have to do some work here, and his adder's going to get aggressive. Finds the first kill. Second one runs right into him, and a third one as well. Can't get the 4th. Zuzi finally takes him out. But what a brilliant stand from the M4.
Again, MVP.karnal just being reminded why you cannot just be challenged. These guys are insanely good every time Chiefs come towards that A site. However, Zuzi going to punish a little bit of that aggression on the B site. Remind them, hey guys, there's still a minute on this board. Don't take this too lightly. And bearing in mind, ACAP only has the P250, Zeva only has the P250. It's still a very dangerous round. Now, Zuzi may not know that, but still, relatively, might need to have an air of caution to this.
That is the big thing, because after that triple kill, you probably feel a little bit hyped. You're like, all right, now we have a really strong position into this, but you have 2 pistols without armor. So this is very, very winnable for Zuzi, sitting at about 35 HP. Like you said, plenty of time to work with now, but MVP's got everything covered. 1 at B, someone watching Rap, and 1 player watching lane and hulls.
Zuzi peeks out. Zeva could be in some real dire straits. Makes it through towards CT Arch. He's got to have heard that, Zeva. Now, ACAP's in a predicament. Does he fall back? Does he sit somewhere? Does he try and cross the site? He has made it at least to site, but this is not how you want these rounds going out. Zuzi at least has a molly to cover off one of these angles if he wants to, but ACAP flanking around the back. Case is already down mid.
He doesn't have time for this. I mean, you have to like basically gamble and pick one thing to clear out, and he's picked the wrong one with 10 seconds left. Now he's just going to straight up go for the plant. And ACAP should be able to stop him if he didn't get too deep into construction. Now he's going to run. I don't think he's going to be able to stop it at all. They've allowed the plant to go down, but Zuzi, he's a little bit scared to move anywhere from Oranges.
All right, so he's going to molly off towards Banana, but they're going to push straight in, and there we go. ACAP doesn't need much more than that P250. Diffuse comes out, and as you said, the time was very close on that. I guess the team flash almost coming out from the remaining players from MVP.karnal actually gave a bit of a chance for Zuzi. The Diffuse going to close this one down very comfortably. But again, every time Chiefs try out this A site, it's not gone very well for them.
Yeah, especially with all the success they've had at the B site. But either way, they're sitting at 5-4 right now, 5-5, excuse me, as that round gets updated. But I mean, they have a great advantage so far on the T side with already 5. They can get this up towards 6 or 7. They should probably feel pretty comfortable going into the second half. I mean, for the T side of Inferno to have that many, it's very, very good stuff.
So 5-5. Chiefs. T side not looking too shabby so far. K's already going once again on that peak down mid, but flashed out, can't make much of it.
This is the interesting thing too, because Burn's been very effective on entries over towards the B site, but he's largely doing it alone. He doesn't always have teammates that really follow up with him. They can find ways to open things up, and you could see MVP knows they've been punished. This is another triple push towards Banana for them initially into the round. Now they've rotated one back with a deep smoke, but they're very, very aware that they've been manipulated at that B bomb site.
Okay, I like this little bit of a switch up though, coming out from MVP.karnal. Kind of keeping Chiefs a little humble as they're trying to take that Banana control. Now, Burn's going to be trying to go back in towards that at some point, but while that happens, look at Chiefs trying to take over mid, trying to take over towards A. ACAP's playing pretty passively towards CT Arch and pulling back in K's again on this site. Now, however they like to do it, it's been working, but Chiefs already pulling back. This could get dangerous for MVP.karnal if they aren't expecting them to possibly rotate again here, and those nades are going to start getting a little bit costly.
The issue is they're playing so passive this round on the A bomb site, they don't have the intel that actually Chiefs has fallen back. All they know that they took it over, and now there come the peaks in. As Adder gets that kill, he does get traded off by Zuzi. So once again, they don't know where Chiefs are. They know they had bracket control, but they don't know that they've fallen away quite yet.
Yeah, and both B players have now absolutely no utility to work with, no smokes, no flashes. They're just going to have to deal with pretty much the all of Chiefs piling in. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they have one boosted, so that could be the spot that saves this round.
Last time Eamon was completely flashed up on this push. This time he had a chance at it, but Burn again delivers. Lightstep's going to find the second, and that B site is completely open.
Yeah, and once again, the economy is going to be reset. It did build up a little bit for MVP.karnal. They're already saving their guns because they know if they want a chance of buying into the next round, ACAP can drop a gun, maybe 2 if he goes Pharmacist. He's got about 5K right now. Zever should be able to buy, so they're going to save these weapons and have a buy into the next round. But once again, late in the round, going towards that B bomb site, Chiefs have no issue opening things up.
No, absolutely none. I quite like the aggression from MVP.karnal at the start, pushing down a little bit, but then leaving themselves nothing to fall back on as the time did run down. And as you said, these 2 kept weapons in the hands of MVP should be able to put some good use in the upcoming rounds, but Chiefs going to vacate the site, should be able to retain absolutely everything, as only Dexter fell in that one. So again, nicely played out by Chiefs, and to be fair, it's Burn that's been excelling in my eyes, time and time again delivering on these entry kills, which has been so imperative to how Chiefs have been winning these rounds, especially towards B. I'd love to see like a percentage of how many times they've won a round off the back of just his work, but still, 5-6 scoreline, Chiefs T-side starting to look pretty good, to be fair. That utility, everything's starting to build up. The no AWP in play, but T-side on Inferno, it's not all that popular regardless. So K's now, I wonder if he's going to try and take a little bit of the action into his own hands.
That's the thing. He does. Opening up with this in this half, he actually exerted a lot of pressure with that AWP, and he's kind of fallen off it. Now he's going to peek into someone waiting for him, but a nice shot. Light step falls, and once again, Kays gives his team the first kill of the round. A man advantage. That's what needs to happen more if he's going to have this AWP. You could start setting the tone. You could start controlling the map with that AWP, because if the terrorists don't know where you're going to be positioned, they're going to take things much more cautiously and run a little bit more time off that clock, help you out later on in the rounds.
Next question on my mind is, though, can they hold the B site? It's been pretty much this guy doing exactly this. I'm hoping maybe they can find a way to just put out those flames that the Chiefs have been certainly starting to burn. But at this point, Eamon and Zeva still retaining one smoke, so I guess they can buy a little bit more time here, but bomb dropped off the bottom mid. It looks like Chiefs are just trying to keep their options available even to those last couple of seconds. Yeah,
they've done brackets. They've taken control of it once again. They're just trying to find a way to even out kills, but actually look at this. Zatter, he's pushed all the way through halls. He's an alternate mid right now. He has all the intel. It's been a full rotate over towards the B bomb site for ACAP, so this time surely they're going to hold it. Even if they don't, there's going to be a fast flank coming in.
There is so few excuses. Last time, actually, Azata did lose out on this one. When they pushed back, he was the player who got caught out, but this time he's got Kays behind him. Spots him, surely understanding what's coming their way. 20 seconds left. He only needs to slow that bomb down. He does get the kill there towards Zuzi. Follows up well towards Burn. And suddenly, Chiefs run out of options, run out of time. And obviously, players standing. Well done again from MVP.karnal, buying the time, and the push is coming out. I guess, you know, timing is everything. No one was in second mid. They'd all gone up banana, but again, the information was recovered.
Yeah, Chiefs relinquished all their map control over towards that A site, towards middle and brackets, and then they fell back into it. And they fell right back into a nice setup from Kays and Azata, who pushed his way down mid. So good play from MVP, aggressive in the mid round, took matters into their own hands, and now we have a force buy of sorts. 2 AK-47s on Zuzi and Burn, and then pistols otherwise. This is what they've had success with this entire half, but there's a third player cheating over here for MVP.
This literally worked perfectly last time. However, that is a very different beginning here. Now, Kays has got to realize, surely this is clear. They already have the 3 players, as you noted at the start of this round, in this site. And there we go. Zeva's finally had a chance to get into it. But it's a trade. It's not the cleanest of ways to go about this. Eamon just peers in with the USPS, didn't go for the reload, checking out where they are. But again, Chiefs get the bomb down with 4 players still alive on the CT side.
Yeah, the last retake, though, for MVP looked fantastic onto this site. So we'll have to see what they can do. Kays with the first one. There's a Zatter with one more. And once again, a player is caught out behind this pillar. And it is going to be a clean retake. No one falls on the retake for MVP. This time when the fast B play comes in, MVP has everything they need to slow it down. They've got the Molotov, they've got the smoke up, they've got the flashbang. So Chiefs could not find any of the openings they've had for the rest of the half.
Much better from MVP.karnal. This one, Chiefs maybe starting to feel a little bit of pressure here. Still a very good T side, though. I don't think they'll be too upset, but you know, at the end of the day, they are still arguably favored with maybe the likes of CyberZen within this group. So have to see if they can keep up to that reputation. But again, Chiefs very little to work with. P250s, Deagles, a little bit of utility, and those mollies are making Burn hurt. And there we go. Nade finishes it off. Zeva's going to claim that. And again, nice little lockdown from MVP. Not letting them get too close, not letting them use those pistols.
Yeah, this is just a slaughter this round out of MVP. So that's going to give them the round that's going to give them the advantage in the half. They're going to get up towards 8. Dexter does have an AWP. The best he can hope for, really, I mean, you got to think, is just economic damage. With the Deagle, players only got 4 health, and these are the 2 worst guns to be going up against that. The Deagle and the AWP, and he can't even clean it out. As Hatter getting away with one there.
Kingdom for a P250 at that point, but
or just a Glock.
15, anything, literally anything.
Anything else would have been fantastic.
Those 2 weapons. Poor guy. Anyway, round 15 coming up. 8-6 is the current scoreline. MVP.karnal starting to build back the lead after picking up the first 3, then started to lose out in those gun rounds. Then they may have worked out what Burn was up to, but we are seeing presence now towards second mid, maybe trying to negate what Kays has been doing. And again, MVP.karnal being just a little bit pressured by the Chiefs over towards B, and it's Burn again, but they're starting to get his number now. Yeah, well, look at how many nades they're throwing at him. He still gets that first kill, but he's traded off, so nicely done. But once again, look at where the rest of his teammate is. They're just trusting him to be all alone and take control of Banana all by himself. So 1-for-1 is basically perfect for him. That's all they could have hoped for out of him. Look at Kays. Oh, he just unscopes at the wrong moment. He sees the bullets, though. So he knows what's there, but he's going to molly it off, and now he's going to be aggressive towards mid. Another one. Dexter falls. I absolutely love that play. Buying the time with the molly, allowing him the room to peek out towards mid, and absolutely punishing anyone who's still down there. But Chiefs are still working towards A. Light Step, Top Gun, and Zuzi all here. Now, this combo has been pretty darn deadly. And again, spots it out, sees what's coming, retracts back towards site, kind of giving up CT arch control, but by that point, ACAP has already started to consider it, working his way through highway. Now, Chiefs on occasion have swung all the way back, though. They've gone all the way back towards B and taken the fight, but what are they going to go for here? Pop Flash is going to come out from Visitor, but does catch two, but he doesn't go for the peek through it just yet. He's not heard a single step at this point. Now he certainly knows what's going on the edge of the smoke. They're just going to walk through. What?
Another TK. Zuzi gets dealt so much damage. But Kaze is in the pit. Clever play. Chiefs trying to catch MVP off guard by just walking through their own smoke on that wrap time. It's not going to work out for him, though. But still, a nice half from Chiefs with 6. And also, I mean, this isn't a bad half for either team, really.
No, it's absolutely not. I think MVP.karnal coming into this as arguably underdogs to a degree. They are still, not exactly a bad team. I think it's a bit of a misconception that people would just kind of not put them, towards the top. But then they do get overshadowed by your Cyber Zens, by your Chiefs, by, teams that maybe be arguably a little bit more reputable. But these guys have been around. They may not be the exact same lineup, but they've played at 2 of the qualifiers to some degree. Whether it's Cologne or Cluj, they've been really trying to do the work here. And to be fair, Inferno was one of their good maps that they've been playing on consistently. So if there is a chance for them to do it, this is where it's going to have to happen. But we are going to be going back into this one now. MVP.karnal onto the T side, Chiefs onto the CT side. 9-6 is the scoreline, but you've got to assume Chiefs are going to start taking control of this one, at least if their reputation is meant to be up to scratch here. But anything standing out to you so far from these guys, at least to your thoughts?
Just some aggressive peeks down mid from Chiefs in this round. Crossing mid, taking a little bit of a battle, just trying to see if there's going to be any kind of a fast play. But both these teams kind of at a stalemate, playing pretty passive. This is the thing, nice goosh right at the last second, burned down to 6. That's unfortunate. And they might not know that goosh came out, and if they did, they might just be going towards the B bomb site, knowing they have one player so weak. But it is going to be a smoke towards the wrap side. Top Gun's going to have to alternate position, and he's actually at a stack in closet, so 2 players there rendered essentially useless for the next 15 seconds or so.
They actually do push up towards quad. Oh, look at them going straight through towards CT, and Zuzi was waiting perfectly for that. Makes it 3, but while this happens, the last 2 players standing for MVP are going to be trying to hit that B side as fast as possible, but Burn doing exactly what he did on the T side, just denying everything on B. Now, Lightstep is going to be probably the closest man to this, unless Top Gun can just maybe catch that cross there, and they know where that last player is going to be. Zuzi's round the back, already hitting that 3K, and Chiefs have this one in control. Nice work from Zuzi, though, 4K hitting up.
Both teams on their T sides decided to do very spread out pistol rounds where they weren't grouped up to hit a bomb site, probing away, and that time Zuzi just on the wrap side just eliminates everyone. What a hold from him. Very difficult to do with just the USP on a pistol round. So MVP without a plant, without too many kills at all, they're just going to upgrade to P250s. No armor, no real utility. They have 1 smoke and 1 flash for something, but they're going to save up for the next round and hope maybe they can deal a little bit of damage here.
Great if they could do anything at this point. Although an Orc's come out to play for Lightstep. Not seen that in a while.
I like it.
Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? Like, try something a little new. I think the last time I actually saw this, I think Neo accidentally bought it, or he actually might have meant to buy it on Cobble at some point, for some awkward position he was playing. Something ridiculous.
We've always seen like a few pro players out there, like try and buy up an AUG or the SIG or something on the T side, and it just, it doesn't really pan out too well.
No. Never does, but it always makes me smile nevertheless, because it's an adorable gun. However, Top Gun fast switching away then, actually. That UMP is going to be put to a little bit of a closer work than maybe the 1DB, just barrels out there, finding Eamon, but now we do have ACAP standing. He's already got 3, and he's actually recovered a gun off the back of this. This is starting to get deadly. Now, suddenly, maybe you're going to start questioning the gun choices here, but will he expect both players towards each other? He gets burnt down, and he knows where the last is, but it's too little too late. Lightstep will just swing out and find him, and wow, that got a little bit dangerous to me. I don't know how it got that dangerous.
That was a really, really bad round from Chiefs. They managed that very, very poorly. Lightstep does save the AUG is saved, fortunately.
Thank God.
But still, so much damage dealt, a lot of rebuys, and now look at this. Now you can see this round, with all that damage dealt, MVP, 3 members have bought up armor. They have the Tech 9s. They have much more utility into this round. So this is something new we don't see too often.
I'd love to see them punish a little bit of aggression from Chiefs. And it does look like Chiefs are trying to get a little bit peaky here. Lightstep peering down Banana, but not be able to find much. The smoke's just cutting you off right now. ACAP not committing to too much. And they've held back the smokes, they've held back the flashes. Maybe just trying to work out where these players are, get away the utility from the CT side, as they are taking some of that apps control there. You've still got ACAP down by Banana. Bomb to the bottom mid. It looks like they're just putting the feelers out here.
Yeah, they haven't really dedicated anything quite yet. So very passive despite having all these smokes. They could have done something, but they're going to wait for the utility of Chiefs to really wear off. The bomb is over towards Banana, which makes you think that's going to be their final play eventually. And now you're seeing a couple more players. Eamon's going to lurk over towards Palace, but remaining 4 players for MVP are heading over towards the B bomb site where Burn is just waiting with this AUG, and this could be a disaster.
Molly started off, and he hears the tags coming out. Here comes the spray. He only gets 1. ACAP was the man who did have the head armor. He's fully ready. Now they've still got 3 smokes left. It could be a full B kind of sort of play, but Zuzi might have an idea that he's not alone here, and the bomb's actually rotating. He's going to see the bomb, but still gets taken down. And again, MVP.karnal keeping this one interesting. They've got 4 players against 2, and Lightstep and Dexter are split on these sites, but Lightstep just trying to stay alive. The bomb's going back.
Lightstep can't know this, but they're coming back to him, and he actually has a chance here to mow a bunch of them down. And because MVP, they didn't know he was there, he's going to get a second one. All of a sudden, he's pulled his team back into this, but he can't get that last kill. Down to 4 HP is his Otter, but the bomb is going to get planted. Now it's all on a Dexter. Long rotate from the A bomb site. He's got plenty of time as that bomb was a little late in getting down. But all he's got is this 5-7.
Now, this is not exactly a hard pickup here, but Eamon's going to be the issue, but then again, no armor. So there's still a shot at this one for him. No kit, though, so he has to be relatively fast. Now, hidden behind Nubox is a 4 HP. Crossfires there. He's weighted it well. And nicely played again by MVP.karnal, just catching off the Chiefs pretty much. But Lightstep almost made that completely done and dusted.
What was pretty incredible is MVP, they had that main hit over towards B, and they had 1 lurker at A. And then they get the kill at the A bomb site. And they decided to rotate back, and they left a lurker back towards B who just came through a smoke and cut off the 1 player who was going to be able to reinforce either one of the bomb sites. So from there, the Chiefs members in that 2-on-2 are so split. Or that 2-on-4, excuse me.
Now we are going to be seeing the MAC-10 out for ACAP. Hell of a lot to work with, but a good array of nades coming through for Chiefs, so they should be able to do at least a little bit of damage, maybe close out on 1 or 2 players. If they can recover some of the rice ball, that'd be absolutely perfect, but still, very cautious, seemingly very aware of this.
They do have all the smokes they need if they want to choose to try and they have nades behind it, which is almost makes you think they're going to try and funnel MVP towards a choke point of their choosing with these smokes, and then use the nades to try and get some kind of, a kill, just put massive damage into the choke point, see what comes from it.
I still feel, though, with still 4 mollies left on the T side, they've got so much ability to clear. As long as they don't get kind of hap-handed and just kind of rush it, then they should be able to clear out Burn, force him back. Lightstep as well is going to be a bit of a predicament if they actually go for this, but there we go. Burn's going to back out of it a little bit, play on the corner. 50 seconds left. They are buying a hell of a lot of time here, to be fair, Chiefs. 1 nade left on Burn. That's just been put down.
Yeah, those nades barely did any damage. So now they're in a scary spot. They got to fall back into the B bomb site. Once this clears, actually, this is a good read by Chiefs. Look at everyone rotating over. A 3rd player, even a 4th player coming. But there is 1 lurker for MVP. That's ACAP. Now he sees the A bomb site is clear because Zuzi is flanking.
Zuzi went through second mid. Zuzi's going to hear this. He's got to have heard everything going past here. He's going to spot them all out. He gets a 1-tap down towards 1. Zeva falls, but he only got the tag towards the 2nd. But look at that. The A site is completely overtaken. But Chiefs, keeping a hell of a lot of players alive here, they could maybe challenge on this retake and get some guns away.
Yeah, this might just be a situation where they set up for the exit, and they just try and take all the guns away from MVP. They get free weapons because their economy is a disaster right now.
It absolutely is in tatters. Even though we challenged out in those apps, he knows he's got some pressure coming towards him. Zuzi just trying to back him up. They are trying to get as many guns away as possible. You can see the trap that's lurking in apps. If Eamon goes down there, that's going to be a horrible little slaughterhouse, but time's are ticking, and to be fair, the T-side know that they're going to have to start trying to make a run for this one.
Yeah, another kill now for Burn, so a 3rd one for Dexter. This is a disaster for MVP, and they've got to try and evacuate as the bomb's about to blow up, and they're going to lose both remaining players. All members of MVP fall. And a couple guns, 2 are salvaged for Chiefs, so we might still not see a buy out of them. But either way, they've done the damage. I mean, that was a great round from them. MVP was so scared of them actually attempting a retake in that situation. They played it far too passively. They did not clear out an exit strategy for the bomb explosion, and they get punished.
Absolutely. And considering it was Zuzi as well, who just heard that many players on the rotate as well, just small pieces of information coming back into play now. As you said, not having the great deal of money, but investing.
I don't like that. I mean, if you're going to invest that much, you might as well just go for the full buyout. Yeah,
exactly. Like it's kind of like a halfway to nowhere at this point. P250s, a touch of armor, nades, a little bit of smoke, and of course the 2 saved rifles from that prior round. But again, MVP.karnal seemingly not sure of what they're up against, just taking their time, and you can't really blame them because our Chief's going to force up. Are they going to stick with something a little lighter? But Zeva Maybe trying to break through towards quad, waiting for those smokes to dissipate towards CT Arch, but now the nades are starting to come in, and Lightstep is just on that verge. If he swings out here, he's got backup, and they actually can do a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, 4 members of Chiefs over at this A bomb site at the moment. Just Zuzi and B holding it down. All 5 members of MVP. They've taken a little bit of damage. This is actually a good spot for Chiefs to be in here. And there's a good find from Dexter. Behind the truck, he finds K's on top. And even Lightstep, there's the 2 pistols. They don't even need to buy. They're clearing everything out as Burn comes in with the M4. That's going to be a triple kill from him. A great round from Chiefs.
Keeping those angles extremely close, making those P250s pretty darn deadly. Now, Zuzi had none of that smoke that came out towards B. One player dropped it out like, well, that might keep him busy, but no. 4 players over towards A, fully aware. Now look at them. Recovered guns, full utility, looking far better in this. Now, obviously MVP.karnal onto the other foot. They're going to have to feel the pressure off the back of this one. Just, what, 2 Tech 9s, P250, very little to build off.
Yeah, they got entirely beat up in that second round where they lost everything to the bomb, and that's why we're seeing a save. And actually, this is some old school stuff. I do too. We don't see this often anymore because dealing damage in these rounds, if you get 2 to 3 kills with the powerful pistols, the Tech 9s onto the CT team, their economy is so fragile that, doing that. But I mean, this is MVP.karnal saying, all right, guys, let's just take, this is like the Titan timeout. Sit and spawn, talk things over. It's a free round for them to center themselves. And this is something we haven't seen in some time.
Yeah, Izitur and ACAP, well, their money was so low anyway, they could really barely go for the Tech 9s if they actually wanted to. So it kind of makes sense that they're the ones just sat out there with the, just the Glocks, and the others roaming, see if they could maybe catch someone off guard, pushing a little close. Obviously, Chiefs making the most of that just a round ago. So certainly not impossible. A couple of flashes, just talk it through. And as said, I like seeing teams taking these light timeouts, just utilizing everything they have at their disposal. Why not? If it keeps Chiefs guessing, if they're not too sure what's coming their way, and they'll have to sit there and maybe discuss things themselves and try and be aware of, okay, well, what would we adapt to? Not overread the situation, because let's remind ourselves, Chiefs are still trailing. Arguably, among top 2 in this group, favorably at least. Now, MVP keeping this one on its toes. Nice little flash in. Not going to catch anyone, though, and Lightstep and the boys should be able to make real light work for this. But the flash off the back actually pushes him to the back of the side. But there we go. Nice shutdown from Burn. And we'll at least get one.
They just layered that
just like
choke point and
everything.
fire. They just carpet bombed the whole place. And there was nothing that MVP could do. So, good round there from Chiefs, holding on to those Molotovs until the flashbangs came in. 1 kill on the board for MVP. Still up 11-10, as you mentioned here. But Chiefs now, they've got a pretty good hold in this match, both in terms of the money that they're starting to build up. I mean, Burns he had 9,000 before this buy. Dexter's down at 7,000. So plenty of money built up on the defensive side. And 1 more save round for MVP. They're not going to buy into this, so they do upgrade to some Tech 9s, a couple players with armor and utility. Spend a little bit of money, but they're basically allowing Chiefs to tie this up.
Okay. Not panicking, just going to play it out. Fair enough. Let's see if this... hopefully it doesn't backfire for them. Burn is going to be sitting pretty darn close. He has actually fallen back. He's sitting in by those sandbags, but it doesn't matter. Lightstep locks it down. And a lovely round from him. 4. And in the end, closed out by Burn, just finding the 5th. But still, keeping a hell of a lot of utility and just really keeping them at arm's length.
It's a big difference from the defense we saw at that B bomb site from MVP in the first half, is Lightstep and Burn are manning that down very, very effectively. And now we know why there was a double save. Kaze has the AWP. It's only a glass cannon, which actually is very scary on the T side of Inferno. It's hard enough opping on this map on the T side, but when you're doing it without armor, a lot of different ways you can get punished for that. But he was a beast with it in the first half, opened up a lot of rounds for him. And if he can do that here, if he can start them off with a kill into this round, alleviate some of the pressure they have on their defensive side, that could get him right back into the lead of this game.
I'm hoping we get to see a little bit of his kind of style off the back of it as well, because he has had a very quiet half until he might have had the sort of great uses of the mollies, pushing these guys back. Doesn't get much more of it. It was only Burn, really, who got caught on that one. There's
a miscommunication. That's just his talking about how there's a couple stand-ins, some new members on this team, is Lightstep and Burn using a little bit too much, a smoke and a Molotov that they extinguish. So that might be scary later on. But either way, that was a really nice execute from MVP. Molotoving into the choke point, Molotoving behind the sandbag so that while you're running away, you're burning. You can see Burn is down to 41.
Assuming these are maybe the points they were talking over while they took that time with just those Glocks and Spawn, just discussing, okay, how are they holding B? How are they constantly locking us down here on Banana? Okay, let's see if we can build on that. But still, it looks as though it's going to be coming through towards a B hit if it keeps going towards this rate. The smokes are going to go out, and Kay's just trying to peek towards the back of sight, clear it out, give the information through, but they're not too sure actually on the Chief side. But Burn, again being a beast, finds Zeva already. Going to back away, give up a little bit of control. But while that happens, there's still a player on site. And look at that. The bomb's gone down. Lightstep is still there. Case has found Burn, but surely they're going to be questioning where the hell Lightstep is. Eamon's already looking for it, but will they check?
This is fine. Just sit here and wait, but they do have control of the bomb, and everyone else for Chiefs is following. So even though Lightstep has this good spot, what can he really do? 2-on-3, and K's still wreaking havoc. Really nicely done from him, because this is the thing, he wasn't aggressive with his op. He wasn't going for any early kills. Now they find Lightstep, and he doesn't really have any chance in this round. 3 members from 3 different angles are going to be looking at this bomb, and he gets picked off there. So 12-11, nicely done from MVP with that play on the smoke, but interesting work with K's with that op. They just say, don't open anything up for us. This is going to be difficult, peering through smokes and choke points. So we're going to get the bomb planted. We're going to let you pick everyone off from there.
See, now, when I watched their game back from, I think it was the ESL1 qualifiers from Cologne. Now, they had a couple of different players, but even on Inferno then, whenever they got these mollies down, they actually started to run away with the game, which is the one thing that actually impressed me. So I'm not saying it's going to define everything, but that's a very good sign if that's the case. It does seem as though we have had a bit of a, not necessarily, I think it's a game crash for now. Someone's PCs are having issues. I think we might need to remake into this round so far. No one's done any damage. No one's really done anything, so hopefully we can get a word from the admins as to how we're going to kind of go forward here. Just play. Okay. Maybe they're just going to roll with it. Why not, I guess?
I like it.
Yeah.
Not too much damage dealt. Nothing actually even going out whatsoever. So just a clean round now moving forward. And look, there's a lot of emphasis being put on Banana and on this B bomb site from MVP. You notice in the first half, Chiefs taking control of brackets, gaining control of that and falling back from there, trying to make MVP have a good read into that. MVP's not even really messing with it. They're just doing these 4-1s where, 3 to 4 players are essentially sitting in Banana for most of the round, and they just wait these smokes out. This time it could get a little different. Kaze has the bomb and that AWP, and he's kind of hovering back and forth between mid, but it's just going to be a Zadder trying to do some kind of fake in these smokes in mid.
Again, they're creeping up on B, though. Now, the difference is this time, obviously, Chiefs are playing a little bit deeper on the site, so quicker rotate coming around from Top Gun, knowing that, hey, maybe there's some time here, but look at this guy. Through apps, lurking the hell out of this one, and Eamon's actually kind of considering maybe coming back towards the safe side. Dexter's still sitting by CT Arch. Kaze now opens up. Where are they going to go with this one? ACAP's already in on the side, but now the little bit of damage comes in from Burn, so it looks like the T-side's pretty much split apart here. Bomb is not at this bomb side. It's on the other side of things. So Zuzi is the last line of defense, and Zuzi has found one, and actually it is down to this pretty much the one player on the side. Kaze has kept them busy, but Zuzi now has to come up with the delivery again. No, goes down. 5 seconds left, though. They need to get that bomb planted, and extraordinarily fast. The Molly will put it out, and that is the round done.
That Molly saves it from being a really, really scary spot. MVP playing that one very, very close down to the end of the clock. I mean, that got crazy, and that you could see smart play from Zuzi. He doesn't even see the bomb on radar. No one calls it out, so he just stays planted in that A bomb site. Yep. And that's the thing. If they get one more kill at that B bomb site, that strategy probably works perfectly. But when you're going to run those fakes, if you don't have success at the point of the fake, nothing comes from it. So nice play from Zuzi staying planted in that pit.
And Zuzi did that even on the T side, being actually quite a great lurking role there. He caught out a good couple of players off the back, so only Kaze this time with the AWP, full armor, a little bit of utility to build off. Everyone else pretty much clean P250s and the Tech 9s.
The bummer about that for MVP is that's kind of how they wanted to play this T side, is you can see how much emphasis they put on this B site. They're like, let's just keep pounding the B site, have some success, and at a certain point in this half, we're going to switch things up, and we're going to hit the B site, but it's going to be a fake towards A. Now that everything was built towards that and it failed, where do you go from here?
It's going to be a hard reset for these guys. I'm wondering what discussions they may be having at this point, whether or not trying to consider their options. Bomb's still yet to be even taken up. ACAP might be the man in charge of that one so far, but they have got some apps control, I guess. You're going to see Eamon and Kaze going to be kind of working through that. Maybe Eamon going to bait out the shot, allow Kaze to hit it. He does. Zuzi goes down. Now that's going to make the rest of the Chiefs have to fall back towards site. So slowly but surely, they're actually doing pretty well here. Dexter is the one in towards pit, kind of peeking towards quad, and well, does he know he was almost taken down by Kaze, and he's going to molly off the apps. But while this happens, 2 other players locking this one out. Kaze again finds Dexter. This guy single-handedly is finding players.
Yeah, there's so many nades and Molotovs that they're just dealing so much damage. They can't even get through the choke point. Just burns alive as ever. Now it's just down to Kaze. Another Molotov comes out, forces him back. He's scoped up. He can't even tell where the fire is spreading to, so he falls as well. The Molotovs from Chiefs in this half have been pretty nice.
They've been absolutely spot on. Yep. Whether it's...
There's the man, Top Gun himself. He can be my wingman anytime.
Yeah? Great reference. Love that. Real subtle.
Love that.
Real subtle.
Yeah, right? Worked it in there.
It's perfect. Now, big fan of seeing Top Gun back, to be fair. I don't think he's actually played in such a long time as well. Like,
well, when I talked to some of the Australian guys, they said Top Gun has this reputation of being one of those kinds of players that can come back from not playing. He doesn't have to play a lot to stay on top of his skills. You know, there's always players who have to spend time deathmatching every day to keep on top, and he's not one of them. He can just show up and frag out. So he's having himself a very good match here.
And to be fair, his mentality for a team is actually a very good person in that sort of aspect as well, keeping everyone kind of in that nice mentality. As much as people may kind of overlook that sometimes for, you know, the skillful element, of course, it can be a really nice factor, and maybe keep some of these Chiefs a little bit calmer as well. They are relatively newer to stages like this, so still, back into the round, 12-13. Chiefs are starting to lead the way now, starting to take that pole position in this one. But there's still a little bit left in that MVP tank. Maybe they could work something out here.
Burnout, they actually spammed this box, and he didn't get hit, so that might actually be a little bit scary, but MVP has kind of caught on that Chiefs like to play this aggressively at the corner. So Burnout's got to be careful. Lightstep got Molotov'd away, but they don't really hit it, utilize it in there. He pounces at the right moment, but is he going to get caught out? Molotovs come out. Both of them are used, but that stops any kind of aggression from MVP.
I don't know how Lightstep got away then. He literally is 1 HP.
Yeah, and this is scary too, because he can't support Burnout, or Burn. So if Burn falls here, that would be dangerous. They don't check it. Finally, they respond. Now it's just 1 HP to guard this entire bomb site. And Lightstep, it's all on you.
He's just going to try and do the one and done here, playing from that dark corner, maybe wait for that bomb plant, but here comes a check on the corner. Actually does a good deal of damage, but not enough. Zever does the job. The Molly gets put out by the smoke. Top Gun looking towards Ruins. Bomb does go down. Eamon now holding Banana with the others. Not sure if they've got everything set. They do. Visitor is going to be holding just from those second boxes, so this is going to be a hard retake from Chiefs.
Zuzi is such a late rotate, though, because he was once again trying to see if there was going to be a fake. Zadder spots one out, trying to find the angle behind the fountain. Can't find anything, but look at all the time he's buying. I mean, Chiefs, they have to commit to this. This is running down very low. Even with the extended bomb timer, Dexter, he's going to be the aggressive one. Jumps in, he finds Zever, and now Top Gun chimes in as well. This is a good retake, but once again, so low, and Eamon's going to win it out. Kays was even there to support him as well, so Chiefs can't make that one work. 13-13.
I'm trying to think on the T side here for MVP, how many times they've actually won a round going A?
Well, they haven't really even tried that much.
There was like the one time with Kays ulping everyone else on pretty much pistols that they kind of went there, but that's about it. Double AWP coming out as well for Chiefs now, so big investments this round. Top Gun on the AWP, Lightstep as well. So
this is a big switch, though. This could catch him off guard, but Kays has been stellar with it, and he just unscopes at the wrong moment. It's going to be a little bit weird, though, with Lightstep with the AWP over towards B. MVP's going to run into a situation. There's the pick from Top Gun. Now he can fall back, and Lightstep as well. The switch into the double AWP punishes MVP.
A bit of a depth I didn't maybe expect to come out from Chiefs, to be fair, be able to run a double AWP, but then again...
This late in the half, to bust out a tactic like that is very expensive, it's a ballsy play.
I guess go big or go home, right? And at this point, you've got to try and switch up something. They were getting absolutely hammered, but still. 3 players sitting all the way down towards that quad side. Dexter, Zuzi, and Top Gun all playing down there. Now, I don't know how the hell they could ever try and get around that, but Zuzi is working his way back over towards that CT arch, kind of keeping it a little bit passive. Zever mollied out, and time's running down.
Yeah, and they're going to be forced to the A site because they know they can't really... I mean, Banana is so intimidating if you know you're going against an opera there, and you have no control of it whatsoever. You don't even have a member near it. So now you're committed to this A hit. Zuzi does get taken out. Nice shot from Zever. So they have opened up a little bit, but they're not committing to anything quite yet. Here comes some of the nades. But Top Gun again with that AWP. He's going to find one. Azadar has one of his own, but he's just sitting back waiting for any kind of peek, any mistake from the defense, and they're not making it.
So far, it's a good crossfire. It's a little bit terrifying, though, because one can check off the other without being seen. And that's Zever finding Top Gun. But, oh, my God, is it to just whiffs the shot? And now, suddenly, it's an easy closeout by Chiefs. That got a little bit hairy then towards the end. But, to be fair, as said, that investment was risky as hell, and it actually paid off.
Yeah, and it's going to pay off even more in these next coming rounds because MVP is in a situation where Kay's at 1,400, Zadar at 1,400, Eamon only at 1,500. I mean, there's not a lot of money. This would be another double save scenario if they could afford to, but one save and Chiefs is going to be at 15. So they're going to have a very, very struggled buy in the next round.
Yeah, a little bit of a switch up coming out from MVP, just heading straight up second mid. Maybe trying to catch out Top Gun, who's been playing very close to this. You can see the bait being played out here, and they are going to actually pick him up. That's Dexter, going down. So they are going to be pressuring in towards A. Nice little bait by Case to try and keep him real close. Now they know where Top Gun is. Can they find anything else here? He's going to back away as much as possible. He knows he's going to be pressured down. Now he's got back up. Burns over here. But already, the T-side's made it through.
Yeah, it's just Zuzi in the pit. He's got to hold off so much. He sprays down one, heavily damages K's. They don't have armor, so this is a good spot, but they do find him down into a 3-on-3. There is one op on top gun still. Lightstep is just coming over now, and actually this is a little bit scary for MVP. All their players are isolated into the bomb site. No one has been able to get any kind of strong post-plant position.
Okay, a little bit of a curious flash and switch then. Burns easily going to find K's, but Lightstep moving aim inside leaves just one man alive, and it's Zeva. He's found one, but that's all he's going to get. And Top Gun makes his way back in, and he will get the defuse. That will put Chiefs on that important round towards 15. Match point.
They needed that plant though, because now instead of having Galils or Tech 9s, they can have AK-47s if they want them. So that was actually a huge plant to find. Almost able to win it out, and they did that smart. They were very smart MVP with 3 players isolated in the site like that. Do the flashes, try and get out, see what you can make from it. You just have to escape that position, because if you wait for the retake to crunch in like that with so much time on the clock, I mean, it's just a definite loss.
All right, MVP, what have you got up your sleeve this time? 13-15, Chiefs are now taking over. Once that double orb setup came into play, Top Gun is still running that as well. It just started to really hammer home pretty much what we expected, I guess, from the start, but maybe not to this sort of extent of a scoreline. But then again, still a little bit of life left towards MVP. They are taking over mid very slowly, and Top Gun, what a position to play with that orb.
Yeah, why not?
The sad thing is, well, not sad, but the crazy thing is he could have actually made that work very well then.
Yep. But this is good too, because he switched it up. Now instead of having it mid, he's going to take it over towards Halls. And this is a spot they're going to go right at him. He's got a great opportunity to give his team 1 extra kill. As Otter's jumped up, 2 teammates coming up the stairs. Hasn't found anyone quite yet though, and 2 members playing on Rap side for Chiefs. But now with that smoked off, they're going to have to rotate around.
Well, it looks like they're once again working back down mid. Isra and ACAP were both down there, but they've only gone to recover the bomb. They're coming back again. A couple of shots down towards Banana, maybe trying to keep those 2 playing deeper into the site, but it is going to come around to this one hit, I guess, which is going to be to the hands of Top Gun. And that crossfire from Dexter, joined by Zuzi and TCE Arch, and that has just suddenly gone pretty darn bad. But it is a 1-for-1 trade out. Now the flashes are good, Eamon's there, but Dexter, he only took 1 with him. That gives the T-side a little bit of a chance here. They've suddenly got the bomb down, they've got 2 players alive, they have time to set up, and they know those last 2 players were playing B.
Incredible take from MVP, nicely done. Chiefs can't hold it off. Kays, he's got to hear this flanker coming up mid. He knows exactly where Lightstep is. Molotov is going to block off Lightstep from even moving forward, and now it's a situation where they might want to save these guns. In this 2-on-3, that's exactly what's going to happen. Lightstep starts walking back down mid. Burn is going to run and evacuate back towards the B bomb site, so MVP have bought themselves a lifeline. That plant in the last round did so much to allow them to win this and extend this at 14-15. And on top of that, getting those kills, like, they got 4 kills in that round, and now the economy for Chiefs is so weak. Or 3 kills, excuse me. There's 3 kills in a plant. But, I mean, you look at Zuzi, only has 1,700 in this round. Dexter's only got 2K. Lightstep's going to have to drop a weapon, but outside of that, they might have a pistol or a FAMAS of some sort. So, MVP doing everything they can here, clawing their way back into this last round to try and force overtime.
Now, what do they dare do? They can assume there's probably not going to be an AWP out to play. More than likely. Top Gun, Lightstep removed. Do they go back to those B hits that are working? They adapted, they switched up. Sunny started working out towards A bit. This is a big decision for MVP.karnal. I'm wondering where they're going to try and hit on this one. They had some success early on as set at B. Later into this, they've started to find out a little bit more towards that A side. But again, real caution towards Banana. They know that Burn has been playing behind that car. They know that they like to push down a little bit, but not going to find much more than that at the moment. And they do have second mid being worked up by the rest. And that nade, it's got to hurt.
Yeah, that nade is huge. Brings ACAP down to 40. Softens him up for later on in the round. And Zuzi playing on balcony. Dexter is underneath the porch. He's backing up Top Gun, who, like you said, doesn't have that AWP in this round. Just an M4 for him. And MVP now positioning themselves to move up mid. 4 members look like they're ready to take over bracket. And then another nade does 50 damage to Kays.
Oh, this is suddenly starting to look a little bit questionable for the T side. But then again, we're going to see Dexter falling back. They do have some control. And again, they're trying to find Zuzi here. They're still trying to work out where these guys are. And the time is starting to run out now. Whether or not they're going to switch back this time is going to be my big point. I'm curious if they're going to commit. They seem pretty hesitant. They're still trying to find information. Kays is the one looking over towards quad, but backs away. Zeva's clearing out corners. 40 seconds left. They're going to have to make a move soon, and already 4 players for Chiefs are here. They're flashing out towards Bit, but this time Zuzi hasn't been flashed. He has time to work with this, but finally the T-side get a shot at it, but it doesn't matter. Top Gun lays the smack down, and there you have it. The crossfire was sublime, and in the final round,